evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I have the privilege of being the president of Davidoff North America, but more importantly, I have the privilege of being your host tonight for what I believe and what I think you will be is a very special event. So thank you very much for coming tonight to experience really an important, exciting milestone for the Davidoff brand and for our company. Tonight, as you've heard, we are presenting, introducing, unveiling a new line of cigars with Davidoff Nicaragua. It'll be launched, yeah, you like the way I said that? As if I'm from Nicaragua. It'll be launched in the U.S. this summer, and it'll be launched around the world very quickly after that. I say exciting. Why would I say that? Davidoff Nicaragua combines the intriguing intensity of fine Nicaraguan cigars with that elegance and sophistication that you all have come to expect from Davidoff. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's going to be something very new for premium cigar smokers, something very new for the market. But there's much more to this story than just that. There is a journey to share with you. There's always the journey. And this journey, I think you will find worth listening to. And it's the only thing you have to listen to between me and the cigar itself. So to take you through that incredible journey of this beautiful cigar, it is my pleasure to introduce our master chef, our master blender at Davidoff, a personal friend of mine, Mr. Hanky Kellner.
Thank you for coming. I hope you will enjoy a beautiful night with the beautiful cigars. You know, now we have a problem. The problem, you know me, maybe 80% of the people, I don't speak English, I speak Spanish. But all my life, I believe that nothing is impossible. That depends on your knowledge, your passion, and your faith. The easy, everybody made the easy. The difficult, some people make the difficult. They are the survivors. And the impossible, now we are ready to make the impossible. And we will prepare to make miracles in the future, the next future. My experience in 44 years in tobacco, from my experience, I know that many projects that they don't have success, no good decisions in the production, some mistake and calculation predicted the sales, the production. You feel bad because you say, we don't have success. What is the problem? But my experience is that problem someday transform a very good option for a new project, for a big success, for a new experience. This is my experience. You need to put attention to the signal of God. They identify, they signal the route to the success. But sometimes we don't put the attention. But that route will send you to the big success. When I received the demand, the idea to make a Davidoff Nicaragua cigars, 100% tobacco from Nicaragua, with the taste, with the stimulation, with the flavor of Nicaragua, but with the elegance, the refine, the philosophy, the concept, the consistent of Davidoff, I think that is impossible. But I started to work, and many projects in the past finally we don't make, and many decisions that increase the inventory of tobacco in Nicaragua made for us something special advance, because now we are the unique company that have 80 tobacco from different districts, some of Nicaragua, for long time. Some tobacco for 10 years, 9 years, 6 years, 4 years, and 2 years. And then, finally, we tried. That was the result to many, many journey in Central America in the past. With a proposal not for tobacco, buy tobacco, for share it, talk with our friends, to try to discover new area, to growing some tobacco, was more a hobby. But today, that hobby is my expertise and the knowledge of the tobacco. I invite you for the big dinner to appreciate a new experience. We don't make miracle, not yet, but we made it possible. And cigars, Nicaragua, 100%, but with the consistency, the elegance, with the quality control, and the passion, the traditional passion of my people. More than 1,400 people work with passion, with send to you friends. And now we have a new friends. The most difficult friend, the impossible friends. But nothing, by experience, nothing is impossible. Nothing. Enjoy. Enjoy the new experience. Enjoy the efforts. And enjoy the impossible cigars.
Hey everybody, we're here at De La Concha Cigars. Got a Heaton Kilner here. He's going to tell us about the new Nicaraguan cigar from Davidoff and the 3 sizes and what the differences is in them. Go ahead, King.
Oh, we have a challenge to make the Nicaragua to Davidoff Nicaragua. That means 100% Nicaragua tobacco. But he like the Davidoff Nicaragua, but with the consistent, the complete stimulation, and the refined Davidoff. At the beginning, I think it was impossible. But you know, we have a very old tobacco from Nicaragua. It's because we have in the past some project that nothing happened. And in another occasion we calculate the quantity of tobacco for new cigars that they don't say well, and finally have tobacco from 10 years, 11 years, 6 years, 5 years, in average 6-7 years, sitting in the warehouse. In the beginning, I think it's a big problem because you have a high inventory, but now it's unfortunately we can make possible the make a different Nicaragua cigar with the taste and stimulation of Nicaragua, but more complex. I use 4 different areas of Nicaragua. Ometepe, the island in the Nicaragua lake, the volcanic soil, that tobacco work in the acid area and the sweet area. Esteli, strong tobacco that work in the palate and the bitter area. Always I forgot.
Don't stop for a second. We're getting tired.
They work in the center and the tongue. And the wrapper and the binder is from Jalapa. Yes. And you have this. I have a condega. And I use the 4 tobacco and the 3 different shapes. The difference is the position of the leaf that I use and the different cigars. The stronger is the Toro. It's a 54 by 5.5. I use a more top leaf, ligero. I use ambitious, and the strain. And my system to calculation is level of strength is 8.5, but when I smoke, I consider it 8.3 because they have a sweet stimulation, strong sweet stimulation that compensates the bitter stimulation. And the Robusto 50 by 5, I use the same, but in that case, the condega tobacco is no ligero, it's visus. And the ometepe tobacco is no visus, it's a sec. And I think it's a 7.4 strength. The stimulation is more or less in the same way, but less strength. And the smaller, the Corona, the short Corona is a 46 by 3.75. I use a more, the same tobacco, but more in the lower position, seco, and some visus from Esteli. And that we create 3 different shades, and the level of strength go to 7 in the short Corona, 7.3, 7.4, and the Robusto, and 8.3 there. In the Toro. And the stimulation is a lot of flavor. The physiologic effect is not too strong, but a lot of taste. With the aftertaste, very interesting aftertaste. Like dark coffee, some shape have some note of chocolate, black chocolate. Wood, taste wood, like a tannin. And the sweet area is real stimulating. And the acid area, some small stimulation like sweet orange. And that is the new line of Davidoff. In 3 weeks, more or less, it's in the market in USA.
What's the yellow caps?
I hope the people like it. It's a Nicaragua, but a different style. And this Nicaragua tobacco, Nicaragua cigar made in Dominican Republic, with the philosophy of the Davidoff philosophy, and with aging tobacco. That's the difference.
I think it's going to do well. So why did Davidoff decide to do a Nicaraguan cigar?
It's a difficult question because I know in the marketing they demand that. In the beginning, my first idea was to make a mix with Dominican tobacco with Nicaragua for give more complexity and more in the Davidoff style. But marketing say no. I like credibility in the market. When they say Nicaragua, the cigar is a 100% Nicaragua. And I think that because Nicaragua have part of the market have now a good image. We can repeat the taste with Dominican tobacco with Nicaragua, and that's an opportunity to to people that like the taste and stimulation of Nicaragua. They can find in the market Davidoff with the traditional quality and quality control of Davidoff with the taste of Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Maybe the idea is to explore more different flavor, taste, because we use a small quantity in Nicaragua in our regular line, but not dominant. It's only for give some different taste and stimulation. But that is real different. It's 100%.
Right.
Not Dominican tobacco in the blend.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, Inky. Thank you very much for the information. Be watch it for the review soon. Probably be after this video. Everybody, welcome back for another cigar review at Stoker Review. And this week I'm doing the new Davidoff Nicaragua. Now this cigar is a complete departure from what Davidoff usually produces. As most of you know, most Davidoff cigars have nothing but Dominican tobacco in them. Well, this is their first Nicaraguan venture. It's a complete Nicaraguan cigar with the Nicaraguan tobacco for the binder, filler, and wrapper. This cigar has a Habano seed Nicaraguan Rosado aged for 10 years. The binder is Habano from Jalapa, and the filler is Esteli Viso, Condega Ligero, Ometepe Viso, and 1/4 Esteli Ligero. So it's quite a potent cigar compared to what mostly Davidoff has out in the market right now. But this cigar was just launched at a New York launch event that I was lucky enough to go to. And at that event, we was able to smoke some samples of the cigar. And they gave us this cool little sample pack here. See, it's a triangle. You can push the centerpiece of it. Comes out and it's got the 3 different sizes that you can get in this line. Now, in this line, you have the short Corona, which is 3 1/4 by 46. You have the Robusto right here, which is 5 by 50, and the Toro, which is 5 by 54 at the bottom. Now, while I was there, I smoked the Robusto and the short Corona, but I got another sample of the Toro, and that's the review of the cigar that I'm reviewing right now. This cigar was also, I was up there with actually a couple of other cigar bloggers. It was actually Brooke from Half Wheel, and he actually did the review on the short Corona. And then the Cigar King, he was there and did a review on the Robusto. So I figured I might as well round it out, and I'll do the Toro review of this cigar. And plus, actually, I haven't had this one yet, so this is going to be, you know, this is the first impression, so keep that in mind. But these will be released during IPCPR, so if you have a Davidoff dealer near you, you should be able to find them pretty easily after the show. But what's really good about these cigars is most people know Davidoff cigars are not cheap in any stretch of the meaning. But this cigar, the Toro, which is the largest one, actually is only going to cost $16.90, depending on the taxes of your state. That's a pretty good price for a Davidoff, especially for Nicaraguan tobacco. But it took over 10 years for this cigar to come about, which Hinky Kellner is the one that created this, like, you know, the master blender for Davidoff. He creates everything that they have. But it took him 10 years to find the right blend that he wanted to release as the Davidoff Nicaragua. So you can see on the band here too, it's got those 3 triangles again. And kind of what they're going with that is kind of the motto for this cigar is explore, adventure, and discover, which ties in with, you know, what Hinky's party is about, about exploring new territories, developing adventure, and discovering new things. And that's kind of what happened with this, because this is totally different from what Davidoff has produced. It's outside their comfort zone, so it matches up pretty well. So anyway, let me go ahead and let you look at this thing. It's Davidoff, so the wrapper is super nice, and there's the cap there. See the foot of it? Really, really beautiful cigar. Really beautiful cigar. I'll go ahead and cut the top of this thing. really earthy, woody on the pre-light draw. The draw's also got that perfect milkshake draw that I love. Just really nice. It's really rich, real earthy, rich flavors, woody flavors coming off of it. And that draw is just perfect. And light it up. So. Anyway, like I said, I've smoked the short Corona, and I've smoked the Robusto at that event that they had. And this is my first time I've had the Toro. Right off the bat, actually, there's a nice sweetness to it. Got a nice buttery oakness to it, kind of like when you get a wine, that nice kind of vanilla butteriness that you get from like the oak barrels, the oakiness and stuff. I'm getting that from the beginning of it. I'm getting that nice cedar flavor and some black pepper that actually is developing as I'm talking on the back of the palate. It's kind of going through the progressions. You know, it's really nice. Kind of just a rolling of flavors. And they came at me as I was telling you with the flavors. They were kind of rolling across my palate as I was telling you about it. It's actually a nice sweetness. I'm actually getting what I was kind of wondering about is the flavors between those the other two sizes. There's only 3 sizes in this right now, and what's kind of cool about this too is they're going to come out in 12 count boxes, except for the short Corona. The short Corona will come out in a 14 count box, and they come in little small black boxes that are beautiful looking boxes. But the Robusto will actually come in a tubo, which aluminum tube, which is really nice. But I'm not really sure why they only chose just to do it in the Robusto only. But that's the only way the Robusto comes. But anyway, very nice, sweet oakiness. That black pepper kind of rolls on the back of the palate as you blow the smoke. A real long finish to it. Really long finish, actually. I get that cedar, a little bit of earthiness, going quite well. You can see it puts off a lot of smoke. And going really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna go back to probably about the halfway point. I'll be back to let you know how it is. See you in a second. Everybody, I'm back. And I'm about at the halfway point now. It's smoking really well. No touch-ups whatsoever, no relights, no nothing. And before I say exactly what I'm getting about the midpoint of the cigar, when we was at the event, they gave us this little booklet here, this little flyer. It's got different stuff in there about the cigar and stuff, pictures, descriptions and whatnot. And I actually have tasting notes in here. Right there. So anyway, I'm going to actually read to you what they put down for the second third of this, and I'll tell you what I got out of the cigar. They say the cigar starts changing, growing milder alongside the appearance of an enjoyable sweetness. The aroma becomes milder, and flavors of roasted coffee beans and dark bitter chocolate make themselves known. The cigar develops a creaminess at the end of the second third. Now, on the Toro, I'm getting I'm still getting that nice spice. Now when I retrohale the cigar, I actually get more of the spice kick than just on my palate, and it's a nice black pepper that I get from that spice. And actually that long finish is still there, and the long finish is predominantly just the pepper, a little bit of woodiness to it. But at the midpoint of the cigar, what I'm getting is a real nice oakiness. I'm getting that dark bitter chocolate. That is a main note that I'm getting in the middle. But I'm getting the roasted coffee bean. To me, I'm getting it. It's more like sipping an espresso with just pure black espresso, no sugar, no cream, no nothing. Just that bitter chocolateness. I mean, that bitter coffee from the espresso. That flavor. I'm definitely picking that up. You know, actually, what it reminds me more of, if you've ever had like the chocolate covered espresso beans. That is exactly what I'm getting, the flavors that I'm getting about the midpoint. I do get a slight creaminess, but it's very muted, and it's pretty much behind all that. As that dark chocolate coffee bean kind of flavors fade away, then I detect a little bit of that creaminess, but then it's followed up pretty quickly by that black pepper. A very tasty cigar. I'm really enjoying these flavors. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to finish this cigar off, and I'll let you know how it is in a second. Everybody, I'm back in the cigar now. The cigar, well, again, let me start off by reading you what they put in the news or the pamphlet here for the last third. They say the cigar keeps building on the second third, delivering growing excitement and balance, thus becoming the kind of smoking experience that only a Davidoff can create. Time filled beautifully. Now, I have to kind of agree with that assessment. Of course, it came from Hinky Kilner anyway. But I'm getting pretty much the same flavors. The creaminess is gone to me. Right now what I'm getting is a lot of that dark chocolate covered espresso bean, a nice oakiness to it, and the black pepper. Now, I have to say, from the beginning to the end, it started out kind of like maybe higher end of mild cigar, and it ended to the higher end of medium, almost full cigar. But it's definitely the fullest cigar out there from Davidoff. It's more full than the Pro de Oro at the end of the cigar. Now at the beginning of it, it's not, but it definitely finishes stronger than the Pro de Oro to me. The flavors are really, really nice. It's definitely not your typical Davidoff cigar. This is definitely something that's new to them. Just a lot more power, just more vibrant flavors, just really amazing. And especially for $16.90, that's a really good price for this cigar. And they now come, like I said, in a 12 count box and a 14 count box for the little well, actually I'll show it to you, the little short Corona. Now, in the interview you saw before this from Hinky Kilner, I can't remember if he said it while I was taping or not, but the short Corona is actually the one he prefers. For me, I think I prefer the short Corona myself. It's got a little bit more balance, a little bit smoother actually, where I would think the Toro would be smoother. But it's really nice. It's got more richer flavor, and it's smoother. And so, but they're all pretty close. I mean, you got like the short Corona and the Robusto and the Toro are all, pretty even, but they're really good cigars. So anyway, it's definitely something you should try out if you've never had a Davidoff, or Davidoff has never been your, the cigar you would go to. Then you definitely should try these out, because this is something totally different. So I want to thank Hinky Kilner for giving me the interview in the beginning of that. Jeff Stone, the ambassador, the U.S. ambassador for Davidoff, for bringing him to De La Concha. That's my 4-year-old son, Aiden. Look, you'll see.
I can't go.
That's okay. You shouldn't be in it anyway.
Oh, I should be in it.
No, it's okay. Anyway.
It's not okay.
Anyway, I also want to thank Eric at the Madison Avenue store, for being a great host to myself and Paul Bertucci, the owner of my cigar shop, that went with me up there. And I would thank Paul for actually helping me get up there. He was the one that actually brought me up there. And also I want to thank Kevin from the Columbus Circle store in New York City for being a great host. There you go. So anyway, great cigar. Definitely try it out, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I did. See you next time.